In this segment of the wrap rejuvenation of this beautiful flat in Amsterdam using cover style interior film and tips and tricks from the Wrap Institute, you are going to see these plain white kitchen cabinets transformed into beautiful brushed gold metallic that looks stunning and is easy to clean. Let's wrap and roll. The first step is to remove the cabinets and place them on a table. It makes the install much easier. Then spray them down with Soft Surface Cleaner 2 and then use a plastic scraper to remove any specks that are on the cabinet doors. Then come back in with a blue paper towel and sop up any of the moisture so they're super clean and dry. The next step is to apply a coat of cover style primer to all the corners and edges. This will help ensure long-term hold. Next, prop the cabinet door off the table, as this will make the cutting and wrapping process much easier. If there's a raised object like the handle here, place masking tape on it to lower the surface energy. And now use this special cutter that comes from CoverStyle that cuts only the backing paper. This will help expose a 3 to 4 centimeter area of the adhesive, which will make setting up the panel much easier and faster. Now, place it on the cabinet door with the liner side facing down. Once it's in position, use a squeegee with a buffer to lock it in place. This is called a permanent hinge. Now, release the liner on the short side of the panel, hold the material off the surface while pulling the liner away, and then squeegee. Repeat the exact same steps for the long side. Keep the liner on, then with the squeegee, work towards the other side. And see how the masking tape allows the material to glide right under. Now click the blade into this nice safe box and make a relief cut around the handle. This will help the material relax and allow it to be tucked deeper into the edge. Take the hard side of the squeegee now and tuck it deep into the base. Once it's tucked in, now use the knife to cut the excess material away. Again, make sure that blade is extra sharp, and if so, it'll make a good clean straight cut. Once the excess film has been removed, now focus on the base of the handle and cut the excess film away. Always finish by tucking with the hard side of the squeegee. Now it's time for corners. Always give a kiss of heat so the material shrinks and relaxes around the corners at the tip. Next, make a 45-degree relief cut away from the corner. This will separate the sides into two. Fold one section up and tack it so it stays in place. Then form the film around the upper corner. Then, once it's around the corner, take it to the outside edge. Once this is set, now it's time to trim the excess film on this side by cutting it away at a 45-degree angle flush to the edge. Once that side is cut, now form the other side. If it's a long side, be sure to pinch the edge, just like it was done on the short side, so there's a tight seal, then squeegee the material to the outside edge. Because interior wrapping film from CoverStyle is naturally thick, this helps with good long-term durability, it's very important to seal that upper corner. And now for here, make another relief cut right there on the edge, add heat so the film relax right on the corner, and then it can be formed around. Once it's formed around, make sure it's sealed on the other side completely, then cut it away around 2 to 3 millimeters, then trim off the bottom. Very easy and straightforward. Once the main section is trimmed, always come back and cut it one more time. This is what's called shaving, so it cuts nice and flush to the surface. Once everything is trimmed on the sides, it's very important to finish the corners strong. And this is a great finishing tool that comes from CoverStyle. Press the button, and the metal gets hot, which helps form the corner nice and tight to the body, as well as on the overlap. Once this is all set up and sealed, the final step is to spray it down with Soft Surface Cleaner 2 to remove any handprints or oil that built up during the installation process. And once everything is wiped down and looks good, it's very important to do a complete 360 and double check that all the edges are 100% sealed and all the corners look nice and flat. And all you have to do is repeat the exact same steps on all the other cabinet doors. And one final installation tip is, before installing the cabinet doors, fill the gaps in between the doors with the same wrapping film. This will help it look good once the doors are closed. It's always a good idea to pre-cut these pieces so you don't have to use a knife. Also keep the liner on as long as possible. This will help keep the edge straight. These pieces are very easy and straightforward to install, so this process doesn't take very long if you have good prep. And now it's time to reinstall the cabinet doors, and in this case, the drawer, and always take extra caution to slide them in nice and careful. You never want to damage what was just wrapped. So once everything's nice and secure back onto the kitchen counter and everything works properly in terms of opening and closing, all you have to do is sit back and admire the results. And keep in mind that not only wrapping a kitchen with cover style film makes it look great, it also helps it clean. So here, using soap and water and microfiber towel, oil and dirt wipes right off. And with that, that's a wrap. So in just a matter of a few hours, you can transform a boring white kitchen to one that is absolutely beautiful, that has these great gold brushed metallic cabinet doors that look super stunning and are easy to maintain. All with great tips and tricks from the Wrap Institute. To upgrade an object like this in your office or home with interior wrap film, keep in mind that you can go to coverstyle.com or a CoverStyle distributor in your region to purchase the wrap film and hire a professional installer. Or you can even do it yourself using the tips and tricks from this video or a more detailed video for professionals that is on the Wrap Institute. You can also take a workshop at CoverStyle headquarters in Luxembourg to get hands-on training as well. And be sure to check out the other videos in this Wrap Rejuvenation series on this flat in Amsterdam to get inspired and for great install tips and tricks.